What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for logging into another video. My name is Josh, and I am just an average Joe day trader. And I am excited to be here with you today, except for one thing. What color is my shirt today, guys? As you can tell by the color of my shirt, the market today represented red. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened today. We're going to talk about what happened in the market today, but I'm going to ask you guys a question. For those of you that are subscribed, and those of you that have been watching my videos, and those of you that are retail day traders like me, the question I have to ask you is, did you make money? I hope you're nodding your head yes, guys. Okay? Because today was a great opportunity to make money. And if you know what I love to follow, Applied Digital, APLD, I got in APLD this morning. I hope you did too, because not only did APLD run from about $6.60 to 70 cents, but it broke the $7 threshold again today and went as high as I think $7.28, $7.30. We're going to take a look at the charts together and have some actual numbers, but what a day for APLD. I also posted a video this morning sharing with you guys a little bit about two of the stocks that I have decided to day trade. I did not day trade them today because I never even got to day trade them today because I was busy in some other stocks. And I'm going to share what happened in my day trade journey like I love to do. But I also wanted to share with you guys, which I did share in the morning video, that WOLF had filed for bankruptcy, or there's discussion of their filings for bankruptcy. And last night at post market, the stock literally plummeted. And I'm sorry for anybody that is a holder of WOLF bag holding right now, because it did drop from mid high $3 all the way down to $1.20 something. This morning it opened up at about $1.20 something and ran all the way down to $1.14 at open and all the way down to 82 cents. And I can't even hide from you guys to tell you that while there's the controversy of this bankruptcy, uh, several of the guys that I communicate with in my Discord in my daily trading life, um, we had some fun with WOLF today. We actually bought 100 shares each and had a little bit of a competition to see who could get out with the most. And I didn't win. I made $21.83 or somewhere around there. I bought 100 shares, right? And honestly, I didn't want to like spend my APLD trading money on WOLF, knowing that like, hey, this thing could literally go to like 20 cents a share or less or zero. And now I'm left either bag holding or I take the loss. Now, yes, okay, $100, guys, isn't going to break the bank. And it was fun, but I did make 20 something bucks in WOLF. And I know for a fact that a couple of the guys here subscribed, shared with me they did make money in WOLF. And one of them said, hey, I'm now a bag holder. And it happens, guys. And I'm sorry, it does happen. So please remember that everything I share with you is not financial advice. It's not a prompt for you to buy into specific stocks. Hoping you guys are doing your research, looking to see what's out there for you first, understand the companies, look at their profiles, and do some trend analysis. Am I doing trend analysis? Am I looking at the 30-day average? Am I looking to see how the stocks are responding, the companies are acting, what's happening within the volatility and all that? For me, yes. Am I doing it so that hopefully will help you? Yes, I am, guys. But it's not financial advice. Please keep that in mind. But I'm loving that you guys are in there trading with me. We're trading together. I love hearing where you're sharing in the comments about doing good, doing bad, the good, bad, and the ugly. That's the only way each one of us gets better. And that's what this channel is all about, is for me to share with you what I believe to be the best day trade stocks, and things that I believe can make you money. If you're looking to make extra money, or potentially to retire and have this become something that you're doing more of a part-time or full-time gig, you can make a living doing this. Okay. I do make more than on average $500 a week more by trading in and out of the stocks that I research. And you can too. Does that mean every day is a green win day? No, today is a perfect example. I won in APLD and I won in WOLF, but right now I got into some other stocks that I had been sharing with you as longer term holds. SoFi, I'm in at because it finally broke the $13 plane into $12, which is exactly what I told you I was looking for. I got in at $12.95. And within the first few minutes, it started running up towards $13. And I was like, perfect. I found the bottom. I'm excited. The candles look good. And then it turned around on me a little bit. And so right now, SoFi sitting at $12.80 closing, and it's at $12.78 post market. But here's the thing about SoFi. I expected it to come down into the 12s. Could I have waited to see if it would drop lower? Yes. Did I want to? No, not really, because to be honest with you, in a stock that's a little bit longer term hold for me, 10 cents, 20 cents up, down isn't going to make a huge difference for me, knowing that this stock is 13, 14, 15 and up. So um, that's why I'm in it. I also bought into SoundHound today. I did buy it because of the volatility of the down. Now, listen, I watched SoundHound this morning basically run in an opening from 971 and it ran all the way up to $10.14. And after it hit the $10.14 and I watched it and it was on this drop because of some things in the market we're going to talk about in the news. And I said, that's it. This is my opportunity. I'm going to buy it on the dip, buy it on the low because it will turn around and come back up. That's how you play stocks as a day trader sometimes. You can, basically snipe stocks and be in them the same day. I do that every day with APLD, with some of the other stocks I talk about. Some of these, though, I know the trend and I know it's going to happen. So I buy them at the end of the day so that in the pre market or in the morning market, I can sell it and make the profit that way. Who says I have to be on the stock all day long, 9 to 5? If I can sell it at 8:30 in the morning with a huge profit and be done for the day on that stock. So anyway, just part of my strategy and what I'm doing. Now it is, we do have a pretty strong earnings week this week. If you missed it, Monday wasn't really big. There was a lot of companies on there, not necessarily retail companies, but Tuesday we had Home Depot, Toll Brothers, which is a construction company. They build homes. Today we had Target, TJ Maxx. Tomorrow morning before opening, we've got Advanced Auto Parts, Ralph Lauren, TD Bank, just naming a few, BJ's. Um, and then at close tomorrow afterwards, Ross, Dress for Less, Copart, um, the Autodesk. So these are a lot of this week's most anticipated earnings. And I like to play earnings. I've done some videos talking to you about earnings. I don't buy shares before earnings of stocks that I'm not in. What I like to do, for example, a stock like Snowflake, depending on what it did, and I'm just giving an example, I didn't do it today, but Snowflake, if it ran down and it had bad earnings reports that caused the stock to drop down, typically once a stock drops down, either immediately within a few hours or into the next day, the stocks return to where they started at the drop from earnings. So if something's at $10 per share and they release earnings and it drops by $2 a share to $8 a share, I'm buying in at $8 a share because chances are within a pretty short period of time, I'm going to make $2 per share. Now, not all of them work that way. And if you play earnings, you kind of know that's sort of the game. But again, it's part of one of my strategies when it comes to looking at earnings and playing earnings. And maybe I'll do some videos of that where we'll go specifically into companies' earnings results so you can kind of see that and see, how they rebound typically after. Some don't rebound at all, guys. Some the sentiment of the investors in the market is so bad they sell off and they don't return for a while. And it does happen. But you got to also know the companies. You're not going to buy into little baby companies, ones that don't do well, ones that you don't expect them to perform well. So, all right. So the S&P 500, guys, it is down considerably. If we go to the day before, you're going to see we closed market at 592.13, and today we closed market at 582.86, sitting at 582.99. That's $100 per share or 100 points. So the way people report on the stock market, you're going to hear them say, we're getting close to 6,000 points. Okay, so this is 5,828 points, really 5,829 points because of 86 cents. But we did drop considerably, and unfortunately, when the S&P drops, the rest of the market goes with it. So here's the S&P 500 results. Guys, you can also go to my how to make money and cheat the S&P 500. Here's QQQ, which also runs in tandem with the S&P 500. But if you want to see here, just to kind of show you, I call it the SPY runs. You could go to SQQQ when you know that the SPY is dropping the way it did. Okay, so QQQ and SPY, both you can see are literally the same animal. Okay, QQQ, same exact animal. So when you see this is happening and you want a safe bet to make some money while the SPY is going down, buy SQQQ shares because it's always going to run the opposite direction. So you can see you could have got in at $23.22 and sold off somewhere up here at $24.74. You're talking, more than $1.50 per share, and it's not expensive, right? So you can trade the S&P 500 through SQQQ, and this is the short. It's the way to make money with the S&P 500 if you don't like to do options. Anyway, let's go back to the positions. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the two stocks I shared about this morning, and let's see how they performed today. So first thing we want to look at is CX, okay, and that is the cement company. And yeah, obviously because of what was going on today, it was a pretty, horizontal day for them. You could have made a little bit of money at 696 and ran it all the way up here to 703. It had a high of 709, and then it did the run back down 701. But this is why I like this stock, guys. It's not extremely volatile, especially with all the craziness of everything happening in the tech sector, IA, SP 500, etc. So again, this is a really good one. And again, I was planning on jumping into it today and I didn't because there was too much other activity going on. GTX is the other one. And you see this one followed the SPY most of the day, followed everything else most of the day. But this is good news because remember, I told you guys it was in the 11s. Okay. It was in the 12s. I'm sorry. It was up in 12, high 11s. And now it's down here basically $10.35, $10.32 after. So I'm going to be watching GTX Garrett Motion tomorrow to see what's going to happen with the rest of the market. That may be my first time day trading GTX. Okay. Wolf, WOLF. You guys can see that it's just so weird, right? So like here's the drop. Okay. Here's basically the drop in shares for those of you guys that you've been looking at this and staring at it. Okay. $3.13 roughly is about where it closed out. And then boom. I mean, $1.73 close all the way low, $1.55 to $1.05. Okay. Had a little recovery. Pre-market opened up $1.24 low. And then it just continued on this downward spiral all the way to 82 cents. Okay. As it came up here, I jumped into it at $1, where that dollar mark is. Right there is $1. I jumped in at that dollar mark and rode it up. Like I said, I only made 20 something bucks on it, but it did come back up and now it's sitting here and it has basically created a new resistance level. I had to reset my Webull account last night, so I lost most all of my trend lines. But I would say we're right about there would be the trend line that we're stuck at as far as it being a resistance level. And that's okay. Yep. And if you want, you can always come down here and you add your support level. So if you're going to day trade Wolf, continue to day trade Wolf, right now this is sort of the channel it's in. Okay. Aside from this high up and then far down, this is the channel it's in. And as we continue to go back, you can see it's still sort of in this channel, right? Before it did this. And actually, look, all my lines are there. Go figure. All my lines are there. All right. So it actually recovered somehow. Thank you. Thank you, Weeble. Thank you, China. Anyway, WOLF, right? Take a look and see if you want to play in it or not, but be careful because chances are this thing could literally, the bottom could totally drop out. One of our subscribers, James, basically said, Wolf dropped like a phone dropping in the toilet. I literally laughed out loud and couldn't agree more. And it was a good analogy. So it's in the toilet right now. Soundhound, you can see, guys, really had an opportunity to make some good money in Soundhound today. 971 ran all the way up to a high of $10.14. And then the bond, situation, the bond talk caused it to do this with everything else. And you could literally go to everything right here. Serve Robotics, okay? Soundhound, okay? APLD, right? WULF, Wolf. Everything followed down. But guess what that means, guys? What that means is there's a great opportunity to buy stocks that you weren't able to buy before at a lower price because you're buying the dip. Even Palantir, okay, which was running in the high 125s, almost 130s, okay, is now sitting at a low 120, $10 discount per share. If you want something as a long-term hold, something that's going to explode one day, Palantir is the one. And I've got a lot of videos, past videos I talked about it. Intel, same thing. Look what Intel did. Okay. So these are things you kind of can't control in the market, guys. You can't predict them. You don't know they're coming. You can know what's coming in the news. You know what kind of discussions are going to take place, know what is coming. The only ones you can't really um, talk about is what is Trump going to tweet from his cell phone, right? What kind of Twitter messages are coming out, things like that that cause some volatility. But all in all, red today, guys. But red today potentially means green tomorrow. And if we have a green day tomorrow, I'll wear a green shirt tomorrow. So, guys, listen, thanks for jumping in here. Cemex, GTX, those are definitely the stocks to take a look at. Ford is one I'm going to be looking at again. Even did the same exact thing as a automobile manufacturer, did the same thing. Every stock dropped. But there's a lot of great opportunities here. So tomorrow morning, what will I be in? I'll be in APLD. I'll be monitoring my Soundhound to see for the recovery, as well as my SoFi. I don't know if I talked about SoFi or not. I think we did without going over the numbers. So let me pull SoFi up real quick. Yeah, it's at 1280, closed at 1278. Hit a high today. Where is that? Of $13.32. Sitting down here at 1278, guys, right? Great opportunity. I'll be super happy if I make 50 cents per share tomorrow on this running up, and I'll get out. I have SoFi. I've been holding for a long time in another account as my long-term hold in my retirement account that I don't touch. So this is my day trade fund, and we'll see if we can pull 50 cents a share out of this and make some money. Great. Soundhound, same thing. So, guys, hopefully you guys are being careful. Continue to educate yourself. Continue to learn. If you hadn't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Hey, let me know how you feel about the videos. Let me know how you feel about your trading journey. What did you get into? What did you get out of? Where did you make money? And where are you holding? And I've got several subscribers that are doing that. Guys, I love communicating with you guys. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Chase, James, shout outs to you guys. It's like we're daily communicating. Appreciate that. Let's hear more. Let's get this going. Let's get rich. Guys, see you tomorrow. Peace out. Josh out.